Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Skratch. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video, and welcome to the Monday Kickoff. As usual, in today's video, we're gonna have a full breakdown of all of the events coming to Raid Shadow Legends this week, or at least all of the events that have been announced. Plus, of course, we are going to do a bit of speculation about the upcoming events for this weekend. Keep in mind, this is the Fusion week, so Thursday we will have the new Fusion starting. On top of it, we're gonna have quite a few different things to digest. New summoning events for tomorrow, for Wednesday, and champion rebalance coming in the next patch. But we're gonna get to that in just a second. First, let's start with the very first thing. Everyone's favorite game mode, Clan versus Clan, starting tomorrow, and this time around again is featuring personal rewards back to back. But as a surprise, we actually have some goodies worth fighting for. Yes, it does feel like they kept the energy, they kept most of the goodies in here, and we are getting mythical gear. Much better than what we are normally getting. Plus, on top of it, we are getting a primal shard as well. We're getting a 6-star speed glyph. But the main thing that's really distracting me is that 6-star speed mythical gear. How many quads and pentas we're going to get from here? Probably none. Now, in terms of the actual rewards for the milestones, guys, they do look pretty standard. We do have savage gear and we have regeneration, both amazing sets, so definitely worth trying to push your clan to the milestones if you can, of course. Leaving the clan versus clan on the side, guys, the Fusion warm-up event is on, which started today, and we do have a new type of rewards in the Dungeon Divers event, which I want to cover in just a second. So the Fusion warm-up event, guys, will reward you with an Ancient Shard. It will give you some gems, some energy. These are things that you can save right here. You don't have to claim them till the Fusion starts. So if you need to save up some resources towards the Fusion, you're going to be able to do so. Now, you will have to basically upgrade artifacts to earn points. Pretty straightforward. You don't need to do anything crazy. In terms of the Dungeon Divers event, guys, so this was announced on the Raid Digest on Friday. Unfortunately, there were no other news in there, so it was pretty pointless for me to make a video on that. But basically, they are experimenting with some new type of rewards for the Dungeon Divers events. And basically, these rewards can always change in the chest. It's not something set in stone. So if you are paying attention right here, we have 5 types of different chests. We have bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond chest. Now, I'll be very honest with you guys. The rewards in some of these chests are actually nice. The thing is RNG. You don't know what you're getting. It's very similar with the chests from the Deck of Fate, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's where we have these chests all the time with good rewards, not the random ones that are just being part of events and tournaments. The bronze chest can give you the following rewards. The silver chest can give you an Ancient Shards and some charms. The gold one can give you Chaos Ores, Ancient Shard, Chicken, Books, etc. The platinum one will just give you Chaos Ores and Chaos Hammers. I wish they would completely remove the 5-star Chaos Ores, even if you are progressing through the game. While I do think that, yes, you can use them, you want to get the 6-star ones. Those are the ones that are really making a difference on everyone's account, right? Then we have the diamond chest. Now, this actually looks pretty good. I'll be very honest with you guys. The rewards from here are actually solid, regardless of what you are getting. I'll be very honest. Probably the weakest thing from here is the Epic Skill Tome, which I would take out and keep the rest, and I'll be satisfied with getting anything from there, whatever it drops, you know. Chaos Ore, Essence. Of course, I am looking at this big Eternal Soulstone, but hey, I do think it's a interesting idea. I don't know if they're planning to replace all of the old type of Dungeon Divers events. I'm pretty convinced that they're not planning to, from what I understood so far. But either way, they're just spicing things up a bit. And the rewards, they do look pretty good for 5,000 points, except that Epic Skill Tome, which can be a slap in the face. The rest is pretty similar with what we have so far. We do have 2x on Soulstones, guys. So we have 2x on Mortal Soulstones and on Immortal Soulstones. Keep in mind, this CVC is with personal rewards, so I would suggest you to hold on till tomorrow to open your Soulstones, where you're going to get points for that as well, and you're going to have a higher chance to help your clan to win and put your hand on the personal rewards that you can collect from there. Basically, just the chances to get 5 stars or 6 stars will get increased. Now, one thing that I would want to make you aware of. The rarity does not. Okay, the rarity stays the same, so you can summon a lot of 6 stars as rares or epics. I do have to say that I've been pretty lucky for the last couple of events with soulstones. That's why I've been saving all of my essence and soulstones. These are all free to play without spending a penny. Of course, I took part in events, so probably those used a lot of my resources. But I've got these essence and soulstones just by playing the game without actually making a purchase from the store for soulstones, if that makes sense. So I managed to save a decent amount from last event to this one. Leaving all that on the side, in terms of tournaments, we don't have anything crazy going on. Dragon tournament, which will start tomorrow using only epic champions. That will most probably give us some slightly better rewards than usual. The classic arena takedown is something that I need to actually do. Nothing crazy in there. The Fire Knight tournament attack, decent if you're looking for a glyph, if you're looking for a chaos ore, for some essence. But again, it's nothing too spectacular from here either. And if you're a free-to-play player, most probably the wisest choice would be to skip it. Now, we don't have any surprise summoning events this time around, but we do have 15x progressive chances for the CVC and champion rebalance. So we're going to get to that. Nothing in the calendar, just to quickly mention that before we move over to the upcoming changes to the game. So, of course, we're going to know the calendar right here after Thursday once the fusion is live in game. But heading over to champion rebalance, let me just start with that, then we're going to go to the summoning events, guys. So the very first champion that is going to get reworked is Loriaka. Yes, you've heard that right. Is a champion that I'm missing, and still after the rebalance I'm still praying that I will never ever summon her. Okay, let me just be honest. So right now she completely sucks. She does absolutely nothing. Decrease resistance, turn meter, block debuffs, fills the turn meter. That's about it. There are epics that have much better skills and do way more than she does. And yeah, it's just pointless to invest in her, regardless where your account is at the moment. So with the rebalance of Great Hoof Loriaka, our main goal was to shift her focus on providing more utility aid for the teams in PvE battles, with the help of a new buff and debuffs in her skill set. So starting with her A1, this is what we have at the moment. What it will change here, it will basically fill the champion's turn meter by 10% for each buff stolen. Nothing too crazy. On the A2, will land decreased accuracy as well. And it will gain turn meter for the decreased accuracy too. So right now you're going to land decreased resistance and decreased accuracy, and you're going to gain turn meter for both of those debuffs after the update. So again, while I do think that it can be helpful for some of you guys, I just don't think that she's going to be anything special whatsoever, you know? And I'm not saying that, yeah, nobody can use her, but still nothing too impressive. Then, with this skill right here, still not doing what I would like her to do, but basically, she will put an additional increased accuracy buff on all allies next to the block debuffs and next to the turn meter. I would love her to cleanse. Cleanse, put block debuffs. That's what we need. That's what we need from you, because that's what would make you a better champion. Now, you can use her in Hydra if you're struggling with your accuracy requirement. I do think that progression-wise for Hydra or different content where the bosses have very high stats in terms of accuracy and resistance, I think you can use her in there. But overall, I'm not very impressed with her. The next champion, and you're gonna love it, is going to be Jingonean. Now, YST made a video repeating his name probably like 5 million times. Jingonean, 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 Jingonean. But here we go. Jingonean is finally getting a buff. I'll be very honest with you guys. I personally don't love the champion. I don't think he's the worst void champion in the game. He can provide some utility, but he definitely needs something more. And I'm happy to say that he is going to bring something more. With the A1, he doesn't do anything too crazy, but he will additionally have a chance to stun one enemy, because you will still attack an enemy, you can transfer the debuffs, and have a chance to stun that enemy. Now, with the A2, guys, the Compound Calamity will have his skills increased to a 5-turn unbooked and booked to a 3-turn cooldown. Now, this skill right here will become an AoE, and the changes are the following. Attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance fully booked 100 of increasing the duration of all debuffs on all enemies by 1 turn. Also, places a block active skills debuff and a block buffs debuff for 2 turns. Now, this will give him a massive control. Regardless if we're talking about waves, regardless if we're talking about Curse City, Faction War, Doom Tower, will be massive. The block buffs will be very strong for the Hydra. He is Void Affinity, which actually makes him pretty good for it. Then with the A3, guys, which is Power Flare, attacks all enemies 2 times. The first hit has 80% chance fully booked, 100% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies. The second hit has a chance of placing decreased accuracy debuff and a decreased crit damage debuff for 2 turns. Also places a strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns. So that is actually not too bad. It's actually not too bad. I do wish that this would be on a 3-turn cooldown fully booked rather than 4. I feel like overall getting the strengthen, removing buffs, decrease accuracy, decrease crit damage, AoE can be pretty nice. And I do think he's going to be a bit more impactful in the Hydra clan boss. Now, will he completely change anyone's game? Hell no. But at least now, if you get him, you can finally use him in some different areas. So that's what's going to happen with Jing 1. Now, in terms of 15x progressive chances, guys, I'm quickly going to walk you through the champions. Actually, let me just quickly take a screenshot and bring it on the screen for you, just in case if you are impatient. But these are the champions that we will have on the 15x progressive chances on Tuesday and on Wednesday during the CVC. Of course, no epics during this. So we have Giat, the Truth Shield. The A1 is decent, is nothing too insane. It does sound like it would have the potential to deal a bit of damage. Now, the main thing that's a bit special on the champion is the A2. Attacks all enemies before attacking, increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. And damage inflicted by this skill increases by 5% for each buff that had its duration increased. So it's pretty interesting just judging it by the cover. You know, I've tested this with a lot of buffs. The damage was not insane. With a lot of buffs, I was able to one-shot the waves on stage 10 hard mode in a similar manner like I would do with Seer. But she definitely requires way more buffs than a Seer, you know? So that's kind of like what I think about this skill. Is decent. I just don't think is as effective as a Seer. For Arena, I'm just not seeing it as working as good. Then, reflect damage on all allies, ally protection, strengthen, and increase resistance on herself. Defense aura for all battles. I personally think, just from what I've seen when I was playing her for a little bit, that she is kind of like a B+ tier. You know, I wouldn't rate her even an A tier, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Then we have Queen Anora. I would love myself 4 more copies of this bad girl. Absolutely amazing. Was a fusion. I feel like a lot of people really underestimated her. A lot of people are still underestimating her and saying that she's useless if you don't have Narcissus. Boys, you are wrong. And girls, you are wrong again, because she is a very solid champion, regardless if you have Narcissus or no. Of course, with Narcissus, much better. But she's very nice. Speed aura, decreased cooldown of the skills with the A1, randomly, of course, and it's not 100% chance. Clans, you're getting a shield. Strength, and if Narcissus is on the same team, you're getting Thermitter. This skill is very nice because it revives that ally with all of the skills on 0 cooldown, which is actually really solid. Plus, you're getting 50% HP, 75% Thermitter, and you can manipulate the enemy Thermitter, but you need accuracy for this unless you are reviving Narcissus. Passive, pretty decent. Makes her a very good counter to Sifi or other champions that are trying to crowd control your nuker. Definitely a very solid thing, and I feel like this is one of my most favorite things out of her kit, you know. Then we have Pyon, another fusion, OG fusion, I would say by now, because probably it's been almost like a couple of years since we had Pyon as a fusion, or at least 1.5. Pretty solid champion. I do think that he had a chance to be in the meta when he was released. He was in the meta for a little bit. For people that don't have Duchess and other OP revivers, Pyon is actually going to serve you really well. Regardless if you're talking about Hydra, dungeons, PvP, he's actually pretty nice. Heal with the A1, clans, block debuffs right here, which is very nice. You're getting a bit of a healing. The A3 revive with the strength and HP and Thermitter. The passive will give you damage reduction, for each buff on the team up to 25%. So definitely a pretty solid one. And if you have him, you should definitely use him unless you have all of the OP champions in the game. Then we have Green Warden Ruark. Still not a big fan of this champion. I do think that they need to rework him a bit, give him a bit of a buff. Yes, it's nice that he was the very first champion that brought Taunt into the game on a 4-turn cooldown. He can be used if needed for the Phantom Shogun, but that dungeon is way more accessible now without using a Taunt champion. Then we have AoE decrease accuracy and Steel's continuous heal. Not very impressed with this champion, and I'm going to leave it there, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Then we have this trash champion. Everybody hates her. She's useless. Nobody wants her. Marichka the Unbreakable. Yeah, you guys know it. The Tarichkas are still strong, even though they saw a decline in popularity, at least for Platinum Arena for the last couple of months. The Mythicals will slowly take over, guys. It doesn't matter what legendaries you have. The Mythicals will slowly creep into the meta and take over the legendaries, especially in the longer run. You know, that's the idea basically. Strengthen. What I like about her is that this passive has no cooldown. So if you kill her right now, she can revive the rest. If you revive her again and you kill her straight away without her taking a turn again, rinse and repeat, which is very nice. How I was mentioning, Strengthen Shield fully restores the destroyed HP, which is a nice skill. Cleanse with Taras, they're very, very powerful. So yeah, you guys know the drill. I'm actually surprised that we don't have Taras on the list. Then we have Ursaga Warcaller. Pretty good tank. She used to be one of the best tanks in the entire game. Super tanky. I feel like she dropped a lot in terms of popularity as well, I would say. She does bring quite a few interesting things, though. Like, this is a nice AoE attack. Ally protection, strengthen, block active skills with the A1. Nice passive to reduce the damage. But again, it's not a champion that you would kind of like wanna follow nowadays, you know? She had her moment in the game. Then moving over to Wednesday. This is the day. This is the day when I would love to try my luck, and I will try my luck most probably again. I am very close in the Mercy with the Ancients. If you guys watch my summoning video, I went in like 180 summons or so. So I'm probably like 10 shots away from getting a legendary. We have Nut. I need a second one. I need my second nut, basically, to feel normal. Absolutely insane for dungeons. Super good for Hydra. And I'm going to leave it there. He was a fusion. A lot of people missed it, skipped it, unfortunately. But he is one of the best dungeon champions in the entire game. Then we have Lady Kimi. Once upon a time, she used to be super, super strong. She's still strong. But I feel like, again, she's still good. She's still good. Let me just not kill her vibe. I do think that she's still good. I don't think she's meta, but she's still good for a lot of people. 115 base speed. She does a lot of Terminator manipulation, block buffs, increased speed, increased accuracy, decreased resistance, Terminator manipulation. So yeah, she's still a very effective champion, especially if you're not looking at the very high end arena in terms of the meta. You're going to be fine with her. She's going to serve you. No questions asked. She's going to be great. Then we have Valkyrie. Still the best legendary counterattack champion in the game, in my opinion. Massive shield from the A2. The thing is, she lost a lot of value too, I'll be honest. Even in the clan boss, we have a lot of different options right now in terms of what champions we can use in there. For arena, Jealousy passive used to be massive. If any of you guys remember the old video that I made with her for basically fighting the speed meta, like back in the day, this used to be a very strong skill, especially versus Siphi. Nowadays, there's stone skin everywhere, so she's not really getting to be jealous anymore because she has no reason to. Then we have Lissandra. Lissandra, she's a pretty nice champion too. I am using mine, be honest, maybe just in the Curse series and Dark Fae, you know? That's about it. I'm not really using her anywhere else, but she can still be very, very nice. She used to be one of the best Terminator manipulation champion in the game. Speed aura for all battles. The Energize skill used to be crazy. Very effective in the Spider Dungeon if you're progressing through the game and you summon her. Keep that in mind. It's going to give you a massive advantage to manipulate the Terminator on your on the Spiderlings, the boss, and constantly get Terminator on your team. This can fully deplete the thermometer, and this can just transfer all of the debuffs back to the champion that placed them on her. Then we have Yumeko. Yes, I would love another Yumeko. I know a lot of people that would love another Yumeko, but I would personally love 5 more just to don't be greedy and just be absolutely casual about it. Empowerment and 1 extra for the Hydra team. Is basically Warlord and Kaimar somehow having a baby. And Yumeko comes out. She looks awesome. She looks freaking amazing actually as a champion. And she's very, very powerful with this skill. Most of the Void champions that can reset skills can reset each other's skills. Like Painkeepers, if you are talking about White Dryad, etc. So Yumeko, she is part of that, that crew. Then we have 1 more Void guys. And I summon him. I haven't used him yet. Maybe one day I will. Is Caron the Ringer. So he brings in a lot of freeze. I just think that freeze for PvP is not good at the moment in the higher end. In the lower tiers, yes, he can be useful. I do think he's going to be more impactful in PvE. So you're going to have AoE attack, chance to put hacks, weaken, AoE attack to, and a chance to place freeze. Fully depletes the thermometer of all enemies that receive freeze debuffs from this skill. So that's nice. And you're getting some thermometer. Speed aura for all battles, if I'm not mistaken, or no, was just for arena actually. That's what's bugging me a lot because he's not really a very effective arena champion. So having this speed aura for arena is pretty pointless. I would have rather take 20% speed in all battles, you know. But this is what we have in terms of champions, in terms of events, guys. Seems like they are trying to sell some skins here. Halloween is quite far away from us, guys. Another thing that I quickly want to mention, make sure you guys are doing your clan quests if you haven't completed them just yet. And the clan shop, if you need to purchase any goodies from here, make sure you guys do it before the reset. You have 19 more hours to get that done. That was all for the video. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching till the end. And if you enjoyed the content, make sure you smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. Help out with this YouTube algorithm and the YouTube thingies. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.